Hello there guys, Ultragamer64 here, and today I've got a new episode of Ultragamer Talks About. This is the series where you guys can request anything that you want me to talk about, and I will give my personal experience, my insight, anything to help you guys with the subject, really. This week I've not gotten any requests, so I've decided to talk about driving to help all of you first-time drivers out, including myself, because I'm a first-time driver. I suck at it, and I do not like it. So, getting into driving, firsthand, the first time you drive, it will be terrifying as crap. At least for me, the first time I drove, I felt like I was going to hit somebody. I could not keep a constant speed. I was either going too slow or too fast. Let's see. I stopped either too early or too late. The stop sign, car. I would either be like this or like that, sticking out in the road. So, I messed up a lot when I first started driving, and admittedly, I do still mess up. And quite a bit, actually, but I guess it's okay since I'm still learning. I'm not even in driving school yet. Maybe some of you are, maybe some of you have your license, but it's newer. Maybe some of you have your temps. I'm not really sure. But, I would show you my temps, just to give you guys a look at one, and just to kind of give you an idea of what they look like. But it has all my personal information, and I don't want any of you stalking me. So, sorry, but not going to show you. Alright, getting into driving itself. For me, and a few other people that I've talked to about it, driving is a lot more complicated than you would think, but yet it's easier than you would think in a way. When you're driving back roads and just normal roads, there's not really much to think about. Just foot on the gas pedal, hands on the steering wheel, and just drive, basically. But once you get to a highway or some kind of cross section kind of thing, that can get really frustrating and a lot to remember, because then you've got to work with your turn signal, keeping a constant speed, passing people, getting off of exits, all this different kind of stuff, and it's a lot to keep track of and remember. And for whatever reason, when I'm in a car, I just kind of lose track of all that, and I just kind of, I mean, at the moment, when things are actually happening, I will remember it, but other times I just don't. And maybe some of you can come up with your own kind of way to remember the different things. Like, for example, maybe some of you have problems with remembering what way the turn signal goes. For me, I just, down is left, up is right. When I push down, I imagine that the little flip thing, I don't know what to call it, the little flipper, I guess, when it's down, it's pointing left. When it's up, it curves around to the right. That's the way that I kind of remember it. I don't know why. But that's just the kind of process that I have kind of come up with. For the pedal, you just have to kind of work at your own pace with that and figure out a way to keep a constant speed. Turning is just turning. That's not really that complicated, I guess. Now, parking. This is a thing that I wish someone would have explained to me sooner. To park, pull in somewhere, swing out, and come in. Don't just pull in and turn in immediately. You will miss the parking spot where you're trying to park. Trust me, I did this many times. One time, Alright, I'm going to use my phone for an example. Parking lot, me. Not even kidding. Pulled into work, in the parking spot like that. So, be cautious of parking, because if you're in a crowded place, people are going to get pissed at you because you can't park. But the way that I do it, and, well, everyone does it, and it's easier than you might think once you get the hang of it, pull in, swing out, come in. That's all you got to do. I really wish that someone would have told me that sooner, But whatever. I'm telling you guys, so hopefully I just helped some of you out. But in my personal opinion, driving is very important, yes. To get to work, to get to places you want to go. To go out to eat, to go to the bank, whatever you have to do in a car. But honestly, driving scares the crap out of me. I don't like the feeling of potentially being responsible for someone's life in a car, just driving them somewhere, because no matter what, there's always that small risk for an accident. I know it sucks to hear, but it's there, and I don't like that feeling. It's a bad feeling to have. I know that if I trust in myself and my ability of driving, then I can be better at it, maybe. But I just don't like that feeling. And just all the things to remember, it just gets to me. And another thing that kind of prevents me from driving, like, really well, ever since I've been young, whenever I'm in a car, I don't know if it's because of my headaches, my glasses thing, my bad eyesight. I don't know what it's from, but whenever I'm in a car, I just begin to get really relaxed, and I actually start kind of falling asleep. I always fall asleep on car rides that are longer than like 15 or 20 minutes. I will be asleep. I'm not kidding. And driving, it's the same thing. Even though I'm focused on something, I still feel that urge to fall asleep. And if any of you feel this, don't fall asleep, because there was one time I was really tired, and being in a car and being really tired, that's not good. And I came up on a cross section, and I closed my eyes for a second. I almost ran a red light. And yeah, I could have gotten severely injured or killed because I closed my eyes for a second. So be very cautious, guys. Please be very cautious. If you have this same thing that I do, I guess I'll call it, I don't know what to call it even. I mean, just sleepiness? I don't know. Maybe if I get more sleep, it'll help. But just this problem could severely go bad someday. So if any of you have this and it happens to you, then please, I urge you to somehow get it fixed. I mean, I know I should too, but I don't really know where to start. I mean, I don't even think there's any way to help it. I'm not really sure. But just be cautious when you're in a car. That's all I'm basically trying to say. Just be cautious and just make sure you know the rules and everything, and make sure that you know what you're doing at all times. Trying to think of anything that I could also tell you guys about. Oh yeah, the driver's test. To get your temps, I guess. Yeah. Studying for it sucks. Personally, I'm a person that does not study at all. I study for nothing. No quizzes, no tests, no exams. I do not study, period. And studying for a driver's exam is... oh, that was torture. I didn't even look at the book. I never looked at the book. The way that I studied, I went online, got a practice test, started going through it, and I just learned from my mistakes, basically. I think the first time I took a driver's test, one of the practice ones, I got a 30 or 35%, I think, and I just learned from that, and I learned the right answers, and I actually passed my frickin' driver's test. So, I guess that's kind of considered studying, or maybe just fixing your errors, I don't know. But studying, quote unquote, was kind of brutal for me. I know a lot of you probably do study, and that's a good thing. I mean, don't develop the habit that I did and not study, because sometimes it doesn't work so well. But definitely study for your driver's test. It'll help a lot. And I was like really nervous when I was taking the driver's test, just because I thought I was going to fail it. But just be confident in yourself, and I'm sure you'll get it. I've not gone through driver's school yet, so I cannot tell you about that. Driving alone, I can't really tell you about, because I legally have to drive with my parents if I do drive anywhere because of my temps. So I can't tell you guys about driving alone yet, and I cannot tell you guys about driver's school and the final driver's exam. So maybe when I do those things, I might do a follow-up video to this one. But for now, I'm going to leave it off here. If I helped any of you, and if any of you liked this video and thought it was helpful, then leave a giant like below. But anyways, be sure to keep on gaming and stay amazing, and I will see you guys next time.